What if we could just go back to a simpler time? Minecraft Silver Age. This is known as the versions between Beta 1.8 and Release 1.8. I created this version on 1.6.4, mainly for horses, but nonetheless for its simpler approach to the game. Here in a brand new world, I have some simple objectives. First, make a small starter base to protect myself from the night. Then, it's to make a farm. We need food, of course. And third is to begin a mine shaft so we can get some essential resources. Our optional objectives for today are finding some horses and/or making a fortress around the starter base. I love me some good walls. After admiring the world a bit, we need to go punch a tree. And craft something no player has crafted before. I like to get rid of the wood pickaxe as soon as possible. And lucky for us, there was some quick stone nearby. You know, I sometimes forget how slow you rise out of the water in these older versions. It's kind of annoying. After the stone pickaxe, I also got myself an axe because, you know, who can't help themselves when it comes to deforesting a natural habitat of an endangered species? Out with the old and in with the new. Getting a stable food supply early game is rough, so planting anything now is going to help us later. Since it's getting dark, we're going to need to build our starter base. Four walls, a roof, and a door equals a starter base. Even though it's atrocious, and the dirt floors don't help with the resale value, but at least I don't need to take my shoes off. Lastly, I just need a bed. So we just need to get a little organized in here. If we don't, it'll become a huge mess quick. With our farm looking alright, we need to start making a mine shaft to get some resources. I like to just start out with a simple staircase going down. It makes it easy to design around it later once we have the time. Going about 5 blocks high with each step allows room for stairs on the top and bottom. Always gotta grab the coal, even if it clogs our inventory and gives us the black lung. Once we broke through to a cave, I picked up some necessary iron. And it isn't a cave if a creeper doesn't kill you at least once. One of the big benefits of the mine is now we have bones for bone meal, so we're going to be able to expand the farm rapidly and without the help of child labor. The next plan was to make a pen to capture some sheep, so we'll have some for other projects another day when we need wool. What a wonderful batch of sheep. You know, sometimes it's a pain in the ass when you switch your hotbar position off the wheat, then you're just waiting around, just trying to get them to give you their attention again. Once I got them all in there and got one in the mood for making love, I made myself some armor and went back out to deforest a little more before it was time to head back down into the mines. It didn't take long before I got lucky and struck an abandoned mine shaft. These are some of the easiest places to quickly gather resources, as long as you don't get lost in them. After looting all the ores and mine tracks around, I decided to head back up because, well, I was starting to get low on health, as you can see, and I will not lose everything down here. Another start to the day with checking on our little temporary farm. And then my plan was to go wander around for some cows, because we need leather. It didn't take me long, however, to find some chickens. This was, however, a slow and painful process of walking them back to the base. I kind of got lost walking back, and the night really didn't help me either. Once I found my stuff and the chickens, I was able to safely bring them back. What a wonderful view. We're going to need to do some deforesting before our next project. Fuck this sheep. Now is a good time for us to start making an actual farm, so we can produce enough food to last us for those long mining trips and long exploration trips. Having each section for the crops be a 9x9 will be good enough for now. While we're at it, I might as well start laying down a foundation for our fortress walls. That way I can base the farm size off of that. Gotta remove a few of these trees real quick. The best thing would be to flatten out this bit of land so we can have a solid base for the wall, and then we can raise and lower it as needed when we expand outwards. This should be far enough to keep the mobs out for now. A lot of the cobble in this wall was provided from our sponsor today, Billy Diamond Enterprises. They've provided me here with a state-sponsored message to read, but I don't tend to read propaganda. Okay, just point that thing somewhere else. What I meant to say was, BD Enterprises brings you the Folger Coffee's equivalent of cobblestone. It may be made of 90% plastic and cardboard, but it will hold up until your warranty runs out or we've seized all your assets. BD Enterprises. So this is the design we're going to use for each section of the wall. While we're waiting on the farm to grow so we can finish expanding it, we might as well go mining. Like I said before, these mine shafts are always resource rich, and they never seem to end. Sometimes I feel all this coal is just going to clog up my inventory, but it never seems to. It looks like we found a different cave. This is my trick with the Endermen. I get the pearl, and then they can't hurt me. One downside to playing hard mode is this. I need to make sure I don't starve myself to death again. Take a look at this from the stream after I went back into the mine. Holy fuck, there's 4 creepers. I mean, that works. That works. I've searched a couple of these minecart chests down here, and no saddles yet. And that's the important piece I'm looking for, because I want to get a horse soon. I'll take this water out and see where I'm at, then go home. Oh, will you look at that? This makes it easy to get back home. Might as well just rip up this old farm and plant all these crops down on the new one so it's all efficient. I do need more food at this point. I need to do a little more organizing and throw down some furnaces in here. So the plan is here to expand this farm a bit more. This 9x9 is going to be for the carrots. Once again, bone meal is our best friend. Some nice little cobble paths here will keep this looking a bit organized. Part of this hill is going to have to go so we can build a small perimeter so no mobs accidentally wander in and blow anything up. This is looking pretty good so far. The left side is going to be for where the wheat and carrots go. There's still going to be enough room for potatoes to be thrown in later once we get some. Then the right side is going to be a mix of melons, pumpkins, and sugarcane. I think these double logs look a bit awkward in the design, but it'll be fine. I'm not an architect. I am a fucking architect! Now that the left half of the farm is done, we need to figure out how to organize the right half. Something like this will work for the melons and the pumpkins. Ugh, I'm an idiot. I built the melon farm wrong. Hold on. We need some more cobblestone, so we might as well keep digging down in the mine. I'll make it so there's easy access to our mine shaft in any caves you run into. Here's another memorable moment from the stream. A little more satisfying. Yep, there we go. You wish it and it shall appear. Finally, we put in the stairs to the mine shaft, so it's gonna be a lot quicker getting in and out. We got all the rows pretty much made for the farm. Just need to put in some more water and actually plant stuff. It's important that we continue on this wall. We don't need any undesirables coming in here, if you know what I mean. We need to put some more stone bricks in the wall and then add some extra stuff to the top. But overall, I think our starter base is coming along pretty nicely. Finally, we gotta fill in all the water and get the rest of our melon seeds planted. Then our pumpkin seeds. And finally, our sugarcane at the end. The farm looks all pretty set up here. Lastly, I just want to find some cows, so we have some for next time and can set up a proper animal farm. That didn't really take too long. Now it's just the tedious chore of luring them back to the base without getting lost again. Now that they're in their comfy little hole, I think that's going to do it for today. We basically got everything done that we wanted except for the horses. Can't forget to collect the chicken eggs. Alright, well that's it for me. I'm gonna go chug an entire bottle of Jack Daniels and go pass out naked in some random guy's yard.